Crazy how time flies when I wonder if the path is in the right direction. But I do believe things come to light by accident when it remains on. Sounds like it's meant to be.
Wake up, the spring's made when things fall apart. Read up, what matters at the ending's how you left tomorrow. Read up, fire in my soul, fire in my heart. Till you see on the other side of stars.
Oh, the journey starts from where we did first step. No one's sure what lies ahead before them breath. Colors may be rough and tough, but we will live somewhere.
Nothing easy, get up and go, get it go.
Sometimes this journey is about the chase, not about the destination, not over us. No matter how far, how you go, how long can it last?
Gotta fix your life, go get it, burn.
When there's a beginning, there's an ending too. As we go, we'll come across many predicaments. Feel like lights beneath, colors of love that's excellent. The picture fade away, beauty will remain the same.
Stop living there when your heart's beating still. No slowing down for me, I'm never gonna chill. Every low phase of ride, I like the drill. I by the rules, but outshine.
Only time will tell the money to the thieves. Longer we wait, may it be this way to keep. Standing by for answers. Shouting is the pain.
Nothing easy, get up and go, get it go.
Only from the heart one reaches to the sky. Ups and downs, it goes for years of and each other right. As you go, believing the faith and yourself.
Gotta fix your life, go get it go.
Alright, hello and good evening. I definitely could have streamed earlier, but I needed to do two things. One, which was do my Destiny weeklies, even though Destiny technically resets on Tuesday. I wanted to get out to see if any of my clanmates still wanted to try and get that raid going, but unfortunately, it seems like we did not get enough people, so I'm guessing it's out of the window, which kind of sucks. But I guess everyone's motivation to really play Destiny is kind of not exactly high right now, so I don't know. We'll figure out some things down in the road. It just means less efficiency, but at this point it's kind of whatever, because I'm always playing catch up. But yeah. Anyways, the rain is actually not too bad. It definitely rained more today than yesterday, but it's been like in short bursts. If anything, it's just more so windy. From what I heard, the tropical storm is on like it's like in the Gulf, and it's like, so we're just like really aren't getting tagged, just like with a bit of wind and a bit of rain. But otherwise, everything's been okay. But yeah, anyways, so I did not come back this afternoon just because I was trying to just do my weeklies in ZZ also, and that took quite a bit. And then just kind of just chilling in general. So no ZZ there. But yeah, since I didn't stream in the afternoon, maybe I'll stream tomorrow. But I don't know what I'm gonna stream tomorrow. Maybe I'm gonna do ZZ, but man, I'll tell you now, doing the weekly bosses, bro, it is. My characters are. I think I need to. I don't know what's the problem. I think most of it might be just me not raising my stats for like the relic sets and whatnot. Cause damn, do I do so little damage. And it's like my skills are mostly leveled up. I can't really go around ascending everyone because God, it's so expensive. W engines are not all the way max, but it's like it should be okay. But I don't know. I'm definitely not getting the big damages I'm hoping for. Yeah, I don't know. I've been farming those now just because it feels so inefficient to just ascend characters and level them up. So I'm just slowly working on towards that for my DPSs. Cause like what, I'm only hitting like 4-digit, sometimes 5-digit numbers. I feel, and then whenever I watch these showcases, everyone's hitting like 5 digits and sometimes 6 digits or something, and I'm like, bro, I'm so behind. But yeah, anyways. We're here to do the Yunli quest. However long it takes. Usually companion quests aren't that long, so I guess me starting late shouldn't be too much of a problem. So let's take a look. Source to Plowshares. An outworlder delegation returns a long-lost Sanzhou sword. Yunli invites you to take part in the sword gifting ceremony. So this is right next to whatever this quest is. Oh, this is right next to the event quest. So we might accidentally start the event just because they're right next to each other. So I don't know. We'll deal with it when we get through there.
The tour is over, and it's time for some rest. You say you like me?
Won't trigger? Okay. Oh yeah, Argenti was on
Now
the
that you're in position, Miss March,
Express.
let's get this lesson started.
I'm not good at acting all master-like. Since Grandpa asked me to teach you swordplay, I won't hold back any
Anyways,
secrets.
how's your Sunday been, I suppose?
Oh, thank you so much, Masters! Oh, wait. Does this mean our training is only officially starting right now?
After all, we need to watch you practice for a few days before we can figure out how talented you are, right?
So, how'd I do, Master?
You're definitely talented, Miss March.
Hey, here you are. Did you hear that? These two masters just called me
I mean,
a
I told you how
swordplay
what I
genius.
ended up doing all day, so I guess all things considered, I guess it's been okay. Just, I don't know. For some reason, even though like I didn't really have anything much going on this weekend, I felt like I didn't rest as much as I would like. But, you just gotta keep on trudging on, I suppose.
Oh, just wait until I go back. Everyone's going to be so wowed by my new skills.
Swordplay requires rigorous training. Before we start, Miss March, you need to find a clear reason to keep you motivated while you train. It doesn't have to be something huge, but it needs to be clear.
In other words, even though you didn't exactly choose to be our apprentice, you still need to take the initiative during this learning process.
I once had the honor of learning swordplay from a master. She asked me why I started training at such a young age, why I wielded a sword. So, for our first lesson, I'd like to ask you the same question. Miss March, why do you wield your sword?
Why do I wield my sword? I wield
Very
my sword
straightforward
to take
take.
down my enemies. I mean, what other reason is there?
Yeah, I feel like this is the event, cause like I
also
felt like it was a
questioned
unique
that
class. We would have
swordmaster
like
about why she uses her
she would have been
sword,
on her own
and
for
she
this,
said,
but
"To
oh well,
vanquish my
whatever.
enemies,
We'll just
nothing more."
get through this and then
Miss March, you gave a
Get to the
similar
quest after.
response, which shows you've got potential.
you're currently ready to take down enemies. You want to be enemies so you can stick to your bow.
The best way to take down your enemy is with a blaster gun. I heard a hero say something like that in an immersia. He also mentioned that sword training can push a person's physical abilities to their ultimate limit.
Seems like you've seen your fair share of immersion, Miss March. But if you want my opinion, if your goal is self-improvement, you'll feel just as accomplished even if you put down the sword and go back to your bow.
Oh, come on. Don't listen to his empty talk.
Oh, now I'm curious to hear what Master Yunli has to say.
Let me ask you something, March. Do you have any specific goals for learning swordplay? Like achieving a certain ranking in the war dance, or maybe you want to defeat someone, like Yanqing, or me?
Who do I want to defeat? Him?
She wants to
Don
defeat the
Han?
carbs.
Himeko? Or Mr. Yang?
Wait, why us?
If you can't think of anyone specific, why not set a simpler goal? Like, how many opponents do you want to defeat at once with a sword?
I'll fight 10!
10?
Oops, that just slipped out. It's actually another line from an immersia.
Oh, well, yep, here it is, immersion again. Oh, and then of course we're going with the the fourth wall joke. 5 enemies is the limit.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think I figured out what's motivated March to learn swordplay.
Could it possibly be immersia about swordmasters?
Hey, now that you mention it, that actually makes sense. I'm super interested in Xianzhou immersia and novels. Even though I use a bow, almost all the great heroes in those immersia use swords. So I want to be a swordmaster.
Well, I mean, if she's
too.
enthusiastic about it, she's of course she's gonna yap about
See?
it.
It doesn't matter. Everyone has their own preferences.
Becoming a swordmaster who fights for justice and battles evil? Well, that's definitely a good reason to keep you motivated in swordplay training.
Now that you've both given your approval, I have another small request. I want to perform a tea ceremony to honor you as my masters. Remember, you'll need to tap the table a few times with your fingers.
Tea ceremony? Tap the table? Do we have to be so serious about accepting an apprentice for the first time?
Please?
Oh,
That's
of course,
how those
Martha.
heroes in the immersia show their respect.
March is gonna be gung ho about every single aspect of it. Kneel and bow, yeah, just do the knighting ceremony.
That's even more unnecessary.
At least we don't have to go find a table and
Let's just stop wasting
that.
time. Just treat us to some milk tea. And then we can start our real swordplay training, okay?
Yeah! Alright, let's go. To the Sleepless Earl.
Okay, well, that was the interest of that quest. And then I wonder, is this going to be the interest of the other quest? Nope, just training notes. Dude, did she disappear? Wait, can I even do the companion quest? Or do I have to do the event first? Yeah, check out March of 7 swordplay. Is that not what I just did? Unless I had to, unless they overlapped and then I just had to reactivate it.
You say you like me?
Ever since March started
okay,
learning swordplay from Yanqing and Yunli, her voice has been absent on the Express. I wonder how well she's progressing. Where has she been these days?
Okay, there we go. Well, they went off to get tea, and then I just disappeared. She didn't show up for practice? Well, she went to get milk tea with the rest of you. What do you mean, where'd she go? Who's March 7th? I'm her legal guardian? Okay. Now I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be Not rat it out. I'm like gonna take all this beef. Source to Plowshares. Elephant's here. Wait a minute. Was she just always here?
Let me show you a trick.
Or is she just here because the word and stuff and they just add NPCs everywhere? Was Gwen originally from like nobility or something? She talks about this having a giant freaking garden yard. What the hell?
Ah, there you are. I was looking around before you got here. I already looked everywhere, but March 7th is nowhere to be found. Forget it. Let's just assume she successfully skipped class. Actually, she's been quite diligent in her swordplay practice and hasn't taken many breaks lately. I think she deserves a day off. Besides, I used to skip classes even more than her back when I was still learning. If I was in the mood, I could train for 3 days straight. But if I wasn't in the mood, none of my seniors could find me. So, I can understand where she's coming from. Don't make excuses for her. Since you're here, let me treat you to some tasty food.
Oh really? That's nice.
I'm more interested in you today.
Oh. Another swordplay for me? Oh come on! Learning swordplay will be kind of fun for a bit. I'm sure it'll be brutal and you'll probably come to hate it at some point. But I think it'd be nice. And having Yunli interested in me? No way, I'm touched.
Let's walk and talk.
You talk the talk, but can you walk the walk?
Lingsha told me there's tasty food in Arum Alley. Let's go there.
Dumplings and steamed buns. The buns are here.
A table for two, please.
Well, I don't know, considering
Alright,
my
come on in.
recent
What would you like?
massive walking trip, I definitely cannot walk the
have
walk.
One of everything on the menu.
The entire menu?
Uh-oh, how big is this menu?
Do you think it'll be enough?
Does she have a big appetite? I have the money. I just don't have the room.
Oh, don't worry. There are two of us.
You're underestimating how small my stomach is. There's no period at the end of that
I'll
sentence.
start making a few dishes, and if you need more, just let me know.
Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, that's fine.
Not too
Oh,
much, actually.
I mean, as long as it doesn't cause
Grandpa
any
said to
problems,
never
big
be
healthy
stingy
appetite.
when it comes to making friends. So, how big is your appetite?
I don't need much. Unfortunately, I'm not built like that.
Then we can bring the leftovers to Grandpa. No, I've thought about it. She deserves a day off. Well, to be more precise, I'm interested in your sword.
In my sword. I don't have a sword. At least, not a traditional sword.
Yanqing mentioned you before. He said that you're not to be underestimated, and that your weapon has a unique shape.
Unique shape, huh?
So I've always been curious about
Wait,
your
Yanqing
sword.
said that? Or he meant... Okay.
So I've always been curious about your sword. How the weight is distributed, what material it's made of, whether it contains any special ingenia, and what kind of sword techniques you use.
Special Ingenio. The fuck?
How the weight is distributed, what material
It's not a sword, it's a baseball bat. Alright, there's nothing special. Well, considering that they announced that they're having a Fate collab next year, can finally whip out the line, the bone of my sword. But don't be disappointed, it's not anything crazy. My beloved baseball bat.
So, it really is a baseball bat.
Yep, swing it. Hit the mark.
Grandpa said that a sword doesn't have to be constrained by its shape. So, in a sense, your bat is a sword too. He also said that a weapon mimics its master. So, your bat actually reflects your habits and nature, you know? Let me guess. You're someone who doesn't follow the rules, enjoys improvising, and can handle yourself well against tough foes. Am I right?
Yep, rules are made to be broken.
Amazing, right? And I bet you always say something silly like,
Rules are made to be broken. Yeah, she's got me. We're on the same
I've come
wavelength.
across so many sword wielders who acted all righteous and moral, but were really just liars. Their swords always told the truth, though. They told me that their wielders were just a bunch of frauds who relied on their divine weapons for everything. I've hunted down hundreds of swords like this so far, and every single one of them has been melted down.
I kind of wonder. Sure, you can always say that someone without their weapon, if they're not up to like, you know, their expectation of the person individual themselves, you know, you could say it's all the weapon. But then what if there's ever a scenario where like only that person can use the weapon, but without the weapon they're nothing. So it's like, how do you interpret that?
Yes, but only for those who cross the line. Melting their swords is my way of protecting those weapons.
Heavily dependent child.
Just looking at a sword is not enough.
They need some proper character
Grandpa always
development.
says, words and expressions can be deceiving, but in a fight to the death, a sword's movements never lie. The war dance is just around the corner. You'll be participating, right?
Well, I should get a chance to.
Yunli, for talented sword masters like you, the war dance is a perfect
I would love to
opportunity
participate.
show
Maybe
off
we get
your
the sword. Well, I already said we
skills
get the
and
sword,
make a
we
name
get
for
our hunt
yourself.
path right. Easy peasy.
But for people like him, who have already made significant contributions to the Xianzhou, they maybe don't need to prove themselves on the war dance stage. It has been a while, Mr. Nameless.
And you are?
Thank you for your introduction, Mr. Nameless. I'm Shi Kuei.
To be honest, I don't
work in
remember the
Palace of
voice.
Astrum as the secretary for the Helmmaster. I apologize.
Oh god, do
for
we have a
interrupting
businessman
your
from Penacony?
conversation. I happened to hear you discussing the war dance. And
Quantum
since
Hunt,
this person is an
07
old
Sele.
acquaintance, I thought I'd come and say hello. Yes, with the war dance approaching, many guests from afar are pouring in.
Kalevala?
Mr. Pavo here is one of them. He's from the distant planet Kalevala. Mr. Pavo's planet recently joined the Pan-Cosmic Trade System. He brought his delegation here this time, not only for business, but also to return something that belongs to the Xianzhou.
Miss Shikwe, the word gift is perhaps more fitting than return. While it did once belong to the Xianzhou, we faced many tribulations to be able to deliver it here, so it should be considered a gift.
I apologize for my poor choice of words. Mr. Pavo's delegation brought a legendary Xianzhou sword that had been lost for centuries. General Huayan plans to personally thank them at the Palace of Astrum and present the sword as a prize to the champion of the war dance. Mr. Pavo and I were actually
Right.
on our way there.
I should be punished for that.
Since you two were talking so
Get canceled.
enthusiastically about the war dance, Maybe you'd be interested in joining us at the Palace of Astrum?
Nice to meet you both. The journey to the Xianzhou Laofu wasn't an easy one, but the scenery here is worth it. It's completely
Don't post
different
on
from my
Twitter right
homeland.
now. Oh boy.
Once the formalities at the Palace of Astrum are
Supposed to be
finished,
for my
I'll
shamelessness.
find a quiet spot on this street and plant a
And
seed.
then everyone's gonna do
Then
every
my
single
mission
bit to
will be
dig up
complete.
dirt on me afterwards. It just becomes a train wreck.
The Sword of Heroes will finally be returned to its rightful owners. I couldn't be happier.
Sure. This is always nice to hear about other worlds.
Oh, you're interested in my home planet? That's great. Your Excellency is welcome to visit us at
Excellency.
any time.
Okay, that's a bit much.
Even though the trade route just opened, it still might take around 200 system hours to get there from Pier Point.
200
But our
system
planet
hours?
is really
Holy
great.
crap, the trip there itself is a
Yeah,
vacation.
sure, it's a bit cold and the food is a bit repetitive and our houses aren't as fancy as those on Pier Point, but that doesn't matter. We've discovered massive supernium deposits, and we're on the path to prosperity. Oh, you mean the Mieka Kivesa? It's an incredible sword. That weapon helped
Their
the
homeland has
legendary heroes
demons?
of my homeland slay demons. That is highly revered. It also has the power to choose monarchs.
Choosing
All
monarchs.
the ancient kings of Kalevala received
Oh, well,
a
so
sign
far
from
about the whole
sword,
thing about, you know,
showing they were
choosing a
worthy to
wielder.
rule the land. According to tradition, each monarch would plunge the sword into a stone, and only a hero recognized by the sword could pull it out and ascend to the throne next.
Mhm.
Well, those are just legends from the past.
No,
one today
no one
has
has been
witnessed
chosen
it
since then.
firsthand.
Okay.
Well, times have changed, and now that we have a council in place, the idea of a sword crowning a king has become a joke. Besides, it wasn't a native of Kalevala who last pulled out the sword and recognized its connection
nice
to the
soldier.
Xianzhou ship. It was a visitor from afar. While the sword holds great historical significance for Kalevala, it doesn't truly belong to our world. The old-timers on council had a heated debate about whether to return the sword. They eventually unanimously agreed
I
to
would have
let
a
the
feeling
Mieka
that
Kivesa
she's gonna
return
take
to
it
where
and
it
melt
truly
it.
belongs.
Whenever she goes back.
That's the best possible outcome. Wonderful. It's an honor to have so many people witness the sword's homecoming.
General Huayan will hold the sword gifting ceremony at the Palace of Astrum soon. Are you interested?
That's why we're here. Alright, Yunli, what do you have to say about this?
Let's head to the Palace of Astrum together.
She's to be honest? No, I
know,
want to see what the sword.
Right?
That's actually gonna be cool.
Thanks to March
Or is
7th
it gonna be
skipping
mid?
class, we get to join in on the fun. Grandpa always asks me to go look at swords with him, but he hasn't said anything about this one. It's really weird. But now that we're invited, let's go and check it out.
But she said she was gonna take us there, and then now we had to personally go there ourselves. Free! Oh, and there she is. Fast as possible. Wait, what? Oh, we had to go to the outside? Oh, come on.
There you are. Come on.
What do you mean? I
Let's
got
go
there
to the ceremony
first.
together.
Brother. Bro, this man is everywhere. What the fuck? Okay.
Please allow me to offer a sincere compliment, my fair lady. Your beauty is as pure as a snow-white iris.
Oh, this is my first time hearing the new Agenti in, like, outside of combat. Oh,
Well,
wait.
if it isn't my dear friend! Glad to meet you again.
Oh, I just realized they're using the same
This
box
weirdo.
that he said, or General Huayan said he was gonna put the sword in, unless they just got too lazy to make a new model for the box. Don't call him a weirdo.
I mean, who is this knight?
Yunli, take back your words. This man is
I am
glorious.
Argenti, a member of the Knights of Beauty. I was invited as a part of the Kalevala delegation to escort the legendary Mieka Kivesa back to the Cienjo. May I have the honor of knowing your name?
My name is Yunli.
What a beautiful name. I wonder if you have ever heard
Oh, and
the
now he goes
holy
on this
name
spiel
the
of, have you heard
pure
of my
and
god?
flawless goddess Adrilla.
Oh, you're here, Yunli. Didn't expect you to be so well informed. Well, now that you're here, don't forget your manners.
Manners. Come on. You won't find another granddaughter as polite and well-behaved as me.
That's top.
Well, just remember this is a very serious ceremony. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Mr. Pavo. Now, let the sword gifting ceremony begin.
Before the ceremony officially commences, I want to express my gratitude to the Knight Argenti. Thank you for enlightening us about the sword's origin, and for escorting it here safely so that we may complete this ceremony. On behalf of the Kalevalan delegation, I, Pavel Kalistaya, am here to return the legendary Mieka Kivesa to the Cienjo Alliance, its rightful homeland.
I'm truly grateful for Kalevala's noble act of returning the sword and for the Knight of Beauty's chivalry. Now, as we gather here on the Cienjo Lahu, I officially welcome the sword back to its homeland. Mieka Kivesa. It's a fitting name for a sword with such a legendary past. I still remember the name engraved on this sword the day it was forged. Guyin. It was forged by Hangguang, a craftsman from the Zhu Ming's Pyro-Jaya Forge.
Why am I not clapping?
Wait. Hangguang?
Although its
They won't
blade
know.
is worn and cracked, its essence remains as resilient as the Cienjo Cloud Knights. All it needs is some repairs and polishing by the skilled craftsmen of the Artisanship Commission to regain its former glory. I've decided to entrust this sword, Guyin, to the Lawfu Artisanship Commission for restoration. Furthermore, it will serve as the prize for the champion of the Lawfu War Dance. This sword will be wielded against abominations to protect our homeland and live up to the mission of the Kalevalan delegation that returned it from so far away.
Thank you, General. It is an honor for Kalevala.
Now, esteemed Knight and delegation members, please head to the Artisanship Commission, where...
No! This sword was forged by Hangguang.
Yunli! These esteemed guests have brought back your father's last work. Where are your manners?
Oh, I didn't realize this sword was actually forged by your father. Returning it to its rightful owner is,
She's definitely not gonna.
Grandpa, give me that cursed sword right now. I'll melt away the remnants of that man's curse once and for all.
I don't know. This is beef between them. I don't know if she's something that.
Don't be rude, Yunli. Apologize to our esteemed guests from afar.
I know you have your gripes, but save it for after it's
sorry.
over.
I'm sorry for making a scene, but I have to melt down this cursed sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands.
Yunli, please, go for now.
Damn, and even Grandpa's like, no.
This is exactly why I didn't want Yunli to know about this.
Well, glad to know that
I
there's
didn't want
something
to
that she
create trouble,
really
but
holds like
Trouble
you know,
found its way
holds
here
close in
anyway.
terms of determination, I guess.
Perhaps it really is divine intervention. Could you, please, keep an eye on Yunli for me? Don't worry about it. I need your help on this.
Sometimes a stranger is better than, you know,
I
someone you know.
apologize for the unfortunate interruption. Let us move on with the ceremony.
Imagine we don't even get to see the sword at all. That'd be crazy.
Unless I'm mistaken, Yunli should be around here somewhere.
Nothing in this report makes sense.
Oh wow. Didn't expect her to. Well, I guess she still has a soft spot as a kid.
Did Grandpa send you to look for me? I bet he did.
Well, yeah, sure, but I myself care, so you know, take it how as you will.
Really? Thank you. Just so you know, I'm here just waiting for the perfect moment to snatch that sword. And once I have it, I'll melt it down before anyone can react. Don't even think about stopping me. No one can stop me. Grandpa sent you here.
Yeah, I need all the
Surely he
tidbits,
doesn't
you know,
want you to
I
help
need
me.
the proper, I need to be
Have you heard
informed
of
properly
cursed
so I can make
swords?
a well-informed decision.
That sword is one. I guess that's what it means, literally. A cursed sword lets anyone, even a complete novice, wield
Well,
it
yeah,
with
it's probably just like
insane
delivering
skill.
stuff.
Just by holding the hilt, even the weakest rookie can brandish it with incredible speed and strength.
Where can I buy one? Nah, she's training. I'll be the one to take the brunt of this bad joke.
I'm not joking around. And I'm not making up some crazy story. While a cursed sword grants instant abilities to its wielder, it comes at a cost. It's like continuously adding fuel to a forge. With each swing, the sword drains the wielder's blood and essence. Day by day, the fuel will run out, leaving nothing but an empty husk. Soon enough, it will no longer be a person wielding a sword, but a mindless, killing machine, consumed by bloodlust
Well,
and
considering
murderous
this is
thoughts.
cursed, we're pulling a blade. We're consuming our own HP in order to do some sick moves and whatnot.
I wonder if you've ever heard of a creature called a heliobus. It loves to feed on human
Oh, hey.
emotions and memories.
Well, let me tell you a funny
and
story.
excels at manipulating its
Several
host.
well, I guess it's more than several patches ago, but
There
many
was-
patches ago.
A lunatic swordsmith who infused metal blades with heliobi, as he was obsessed with turning weapons into living things. And this is how cursed swords were made.
And that man was her father.
I know, I shouldn't have caused a scene at the sword gifting ceremony. But I've thought this through. If I don't make a fuss now, that cursed sword will cause a whole lot more trouble. So it's better if it's me causing the trouble. By the way, aren't they supposed to be taking the sword to the Artisanship Commission for repairs? Why haven't they come out yet? Any ideas?
Not gonna lie, a part of me doesn't hope it's one of those, oh, it's a misunderstanding story type things, cause like, I don't know, like, her whole thing is being gung-ho about melting these swords, and I can't imagine they ruined that. passion slash mission of hers just over some misunderstanding thing. Especially since her grandpa's well aware of it and hasn't said anything to her yet. I feel like that's a bit, you know, messed up. If it was a misunderstanding situation, but we'll see.
Looks like they're not going to show up here. I'll just head straight to the Artisanship Commission. It doesn't matter why Grandpa chose that sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands. I'll track down every single sword he forged and melt them down one after another. Just like I've been doing all these years. I have to go now.
Is she planning to sneak into the Artisanship Commission and steal that sword? Maybe I should keep an eye on her.
Where do we need to be? Over here.
The Artisanship Commission is so big. Where could she be?
Good quality, good price. Hassle-free chartering. High-end barge.
Just a while ago, a girl came up to me, all fierce and demanding directions. She said she's a member of the Artisanship
Well, if she was a
Commission.
member, she wouldn't
Do you
need to
know
ask
her?
directions, right?
No idea who she is. If she really works here, how can she not know her way around?
Oh, I see. That explains it then.
Explains what? It explains nothing at all.
She said something like, I'm a member of the Artisanship Commission. Where do you keep your precious stuff?
Master Gongshu.
I got scared and pointed her toward Master Gongshu's warehouse, where he stores his arumatons.
Wait, why did you give her directions? What if she's planning to steal something?
Where else? Like I said, she was headed straight for the
Well, I
warehouse.
don't know where that is.
Where all the valuable arumatons are.
Yeah, that place is filled with Master Gongshu's precious arumatons. I bet they'll give her a hard time.
Wait, did I never unlock this? Oh, I never unlocked any of these. All these are navigate. Ooh. Have I unlocked the ones on Penacony? I haven't that. Okay, well, let me just do this while I'm here, or else I'm gonna probably forget. Oh yeah, speaking of unlocking calyxes, you never, I noticed you never unlocked the erudition calyx in Penacony, so I went to go do that. No, you didn't.
Coolest.
I mean, not that I was gonna farm it or anything, but I just happened to notice. So I was like, it's right next to the weekly boss, so I'll just teleport and do that. Alright, and then where is the Divination Commission? Eee. Not gonna lie, I was so tempted to start off the stream with playing a joke about your account, cause like I know you don't want me touching anything too much, so I was like thinking like, what if I started off with like a joke saying, I don't know, congratulations, you now have like a something something. But I don't know, I completely forgot about it, so I was like, okay, maybe not. Oh damn, she killed a whole bunch of them already. Oh yeah, besides that, the whole thing about replacing that one team, the QQ team, I did replace it. It's a bit repetitive.
What are you doing
Because
here?
it's similar to something you already have, but
If I get into
I couldn't think of
trouble,
any way
it's my
at the time,
problem.
so I'll just leave it.
I don't want to drag you into it.
You shouldn't say that, TD. There are definitely some terrible things I can do to your account. if I really wanted to, but I would not feel good doing it.
Fine. Let's smash these
I
metal
don't know,
cans
burn
first.
the rest of your
Then we can
wishes
talk.
and your stellar jades, delete all your relics and light cones. Yeah. At that point, like, that's... yeah. Hey, you asked me what's like what, like that, you know. That's the extent to how terrible it can get.
Fight is won!
Get that!
Finish. Okay, are we gonna have to fight 2 waves of these? Because I saw there was 2 of the
Right on
guys.
time.
Fiends or devils? I'll crush them all!
I don't know, you'll have to see when you get your account back. Wait, you said you're back, right? So do I still need a login tomorrow, or do you not have Star Rail installed right now?
Lead through clouds!
That was the last
Okay,
of
you
them.
don't have Star Rail installed.
Thank
Okay, I
you
see.
for helping me out. This place.
Oh
heavily
yeah,
guarded.
now I realize why you have so much stored
There's
Trailblaze
nothing
power,
but
because you can't log in
Arumatons.
every day.
Where is the arsenal? Seems like not even those craftsmen know where the arsenal is. At this rate, we won't find anything. And Grandpa might take me away before I can do anything. You're not really here to help me. You're here to stop me, right?
No, I didn't say that.
No. It's not. Grandpa made a promise to the delegation, and going back on his word would tarnish his reputation and make things difficult for the Lofu.
Nah,
But
I
leaving
didn't make an
that
accurate
cursed
team.
sword here
It's a meme
will
thing.
also make
It's
things
not
difficult for the Lofu.
useful in any way.
So all things considered, the best outcome is for me to melt that sword down and take
I mean, to be honest,
all the
I didn't
blame.
really pay attention, like,
You
because I was
probably
having it
think
all
I'm
piled in
being
the back. It does
impulsive
fine without it.
and unreasonable, right?
Maybe a bit, but it's an unhealthy obsession, you know.
No, really. Do I come across that way? Well, I guess I can't deny it.
Well, no, you don't have to build it. It's not even a full team. It's just like a like certain character pairings type of deal.
You're sharp. Yeah. You could say it's a sensitive topic.
Like, you already have another team that's kind of similar to it, but I just decided to just push it further, you know.
Look. I owe you an explanation. But this isn't the best place to talk. We need to find somewhere else. Let me be clear, though. I'm still pretty riled up. This is just a temporary break. I already told you about Guyan. The sword that was returned during the ceremony. It's a cursed sword, with a heliobus inside.
Man, is this
And Hong
tree
Wang,
thing still alive?
the
I know we killed the
swordsmith
deer and
who forged
everything,
it,
but I'm guessing it's just still
is
going.
my father. I rarely mention his name to anyone other than Grandpa. Maybe, like you said, I've been avoiding having to talk about him. But as long as my mission to hunt down cursed swords continues, it's impossible to avoid the topic forever. For some reason, I feel like I can open up to you. Honestly,
Yeah, that's nice.
I don't remember much
Oh,
about him.
baby Yunli.
All I know is that the Pyrogyre Forge used to be a bustling place, with people from all over coming to get one of his swords. They called him the greatest master craftsman since Yingxing.
Sense Blade. Damn. So that means it's been quite a bit. I still do need a thumbnail. So, I don't know. I don't know if I want to. Let me see if I can find this, or I don't know if there's going to be a more appropriate time for. Do you know if there's any other cutscenes during this companion quest, or am I just gonna have to just rip a Yunli official art thing and just use it as a thumbnail? I don't want to Google search anything right now in case I get spoiled, so now I ask you. There's one more. Okay, well, I guess I'll just leave it to Twitter to provide me the source for the thumbnails.
I didn't catch all the details, but I do remember seeing him forge those amazing swords, while the visitors watched with smiles on their faces.
Don't get lost in the sauce. Well, we'll see what shows up.
That craftsmen brought happiness.
Maybe before the stream ends, I'll Google search
the swords
and
crafted
see
by
what
the
shows up.
Forge are famed across the stars. They possess exceptional sharpness and invincibility. With these legendary weapons, even ordinary people can become skilled warriors, capable of overcoming the most formidable opponents. But then, he became obsessed with becoming a famed swordsmith, and started crossing all sorts of lines. He forged cursed swords that should never exist. And all those people who desired those twisted swords started flooding into the palace. However, just like Grandpa said, those who excel with the sword will eventually suffer by it. The palace was overrun with visitors from afar.
Oh.
Some left empty-handed. Others got swords that didn't fulfill their desires.
Is this the scene you're talking about? Oh
And
god,
some even
that's
resorted
traumatizing.
to stealing. And in the midst of all the chaos my father created,
Dude, you could just
he
hear
ended
the
up being
slashing and
stabbed
stabbing
by
in the
one of the
background.
swords he forged.
Bro, this is so not right. Oh god, I can imagine it now. There's gonna be a before and after like meme created from this quest. Your waifu such husbando banner came out, you lose the 50-50.
It was so sudden and unexpected. Everything went silent for a moment. All I could hear was the sound of bones breaking and blood pouring out. I was frozen in place, unable to move.
Oh, and then her
It
mother
was
died
only
too,
when my mother
probably,
pushed
from
me
that.
away from the deadly swing of the cursed sword that I managed to
Okay,
escape.
so that's why her grandpa takes care of her,
I don't
because
remember
everyone's
much after
got
that.
dead.
Except for the pounding of my heart and the sound of my own gasps of breath. I could hear the smiths in the Pyrogyre forge shouting,
I mean,
"Run away!"
she's
Yunli.
pretty. I gotta give props to her. She's
And
she's
the
pretty
screams
well
of
held
agony.
together for most things
tears
considered,
wouldn't stop.
despite all the stuff happening as a kid,
And
getting
I couldn't
traumatized with all
see
this.
anything. I kept gasping for air until I collapsed in a pool of blood. If General Huayan hadn't arrived in time, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you now. After that, General Huayan took me in and treated me like his own granddaughter. To me, he is 100 times better than my sinful father. He taught me forging and swordsmanship. Han Guang paid for his sins, but his troubled legacy must not go unchecked. According to the records, he forged a total of 1,382 Heliobus cursed
That's
swords.
quite a lot. And all this went unchecked for that
182 of
long?
them
Like,
have
hello?
unique designs.
Well, where's the
When I joined the
association
Pyrogyre
to
Forge
like
for training,
double
I
check
made
the
a
quality
vow
and all that?
to hunt down all those cursed swords. So far, I found 312 of them.
Okay, so
And
like
Guyan will be
a
my
six?
313th.
No, a fourth
Like
of them?
all the other cursed swords, I'll separate it from the heliobus. Then, I'll melt it down and make it part of the Blade of Forged Remnants. I've said my piece now. Even though it'll be tough for Grandpa, I still have to melt down the sword.
It's like corrupt business. That ain't it.
So, you're saying, even though Grandpa knew it was a cursed sword, he still chose it to be a prize because he thought it wouldn't cause any trouble? No. No matter how I think about it, something is definitely off. Grandpa
Well, in
didn't tell
the
me
end,
anything about
it's
the
up to the
ceremony.
wielder, right? So far, the sword's
Must
had
be
good
hiding
history.
something.
Maybe this is different.
Besides, after our argument today, you want me to go back and talk to him now? No way. At least not today. Maybe tomorrow. Somehow, after talking to you, I feel like I've cooled off a bit. Well, I'll have an honest conversation with Grandpa tomorrow. And I won't take any action against Guyan until he gives me his reasons. Yeah. I shouldn't have done that in a public place. Anyway,
Okay.
thank you.
God.
We'll
Not
catch up
an
tomorrow.
intrusive thought, but just a thought came across my mind. And I was like, this is not
I
the
should
time
go
for
back to
it.
the Palace of Astrum and to tell General Huaiyan what happened at the Artisanship Commission.
Okay. So, remember. Well, hang on. Let me talk to this NPC first. This guy happened to just be here in my spot as well. Pure passerby would definitely be around here. So he has the same background as you. He doesn't want to work at the place that he came from. Is this like a side quest thingy that I unlocked that I didn't do? Or what is this? Okay, well. Alright, let's head back. So anyways, the intrusive thought. So remember how the very start of the quest she was talking about wanting to see my sword? Yeah, so when she was talking about she wants to hear out what the sword has to say for themselves and whatnot, and then my train of thought went like, well, I know my sword has a thought of its own type of deal, and then I was like, okay, that's just terrible.
My granddaughter didn't cause
I mean,
any
am I
trouble,
wrong?
did she,
Like,
young man?
it's like a second brain, you know. It's terrible,
Sorry
but
for all this
can't always do it, everything about it, you know.
Yunli told you quite a
We
bit.
go our own paths.
Now it's time for this old
I've definitely
man to
said
tell my
worse.
side of the story.
Well, what's the worst I've said? Because to be honest, I don't even know what's the worst thing I said. At least from what you've heard. Maybe I've said worse things in the past that you weren't around for, but to be honest, I can't remember any of it. And if I can't remember any of it, that means I don't regret it, and which means, like, you know, I'm still living a straightforward, satisfied life.
Han Guang was my beloved disciple. A rare genius not seen in the Pyrogyre Forge since Yingxing. However,
Did he say something
talent
different
can sometimes be a curse.
from
He had
the
an
Flame Wheel?
unusual fervor for forging, and he dreamed of forging a sword with self-awareness that surpassed that of humans. He believed it would make warriors invincible without any training.
So as long as fair
According to
people found
him,
it true, I
while
will agree
weapons
with
of
that.
mass
Even the most tame of
destruction
things,
like
people will try
dooming
some way
flames
to
and
take it out of
alchemical
context.
arrows can destroy many enemies. True victory lies with soldiers who fearlessly fight, ready to lay their lives on the line. Usually, Xianzhou swordsmiths infuse a basic level of awareness into their swords to make them easier to wield. But even then, soldiers need to experience countless battles to overcome fear and sharpen their instincts. So,
Nah. Nah, I feel like the worst things I could say as a person, if it's something that I'm absolutely fuming over, and to be honest, there's very few things that I would fume over, and even then it's only at the moment, and then afterwards I calm down and it's like, okay, even then I shouldn't have been that angry at it, so it's like I can't force myself to even like think of something super terrible to say.
by infusing heliobi into swords, he managed to forge weapons that could grant their wielders strength and valor.
This might be
Even
my
make
calling.
decisions for them.
You're funny.
However, weapons are different from regular
My
tools.
pull?
They're meant to
Pull for
kill,
what?
plain and simple. After countless
Well, I
battles,
mean, there's technically plenty of things I
all
can
the
pull
anger,
for, but no.
fear, and bloodlust are soaked up by the heliobi within the swords. The soldiers wielding them not only gain strength, but they also become consumed by the malice, turning them into puppets possessed by the swords. No matter how noble Hongguan's intentions were, those weapons, soaked in blood, turned into cursed swords eventually. Later, Outworlders got wind of what he was doing and encouraged him to keep forging cursed swords. They came up with all sorts of reasons, from taking back their kingdoms to slaying demons. And you know what happened next. That massacre took her parents' lives, and the lives of many craftsmen in the Pyrogyre Forge.
Pyro something.
Yunli managed to
Pyrogyre
survive,
something forge?
She couldn't escape the horrors of that day.
Pyrogyro. I mean, it does have a little feel to it.
Yes. I don't want her to spend her whole life trapped under her father's shadow.
But what about
She doesn't
Linksha?
deserve to carry
What
the
happens to
weight of
getting your
his
Firefly the
mistakes.
best team possible?
Despite her vow to hunt down and wipe
Assuming
out all
that,
cursed
you know,
swords,
she's the replacement to
fulfilling her
Gallagher.
vow
I totally
requires
don't
immense
know
effort.
anything about
Traversing the starry seas in
what
search
type
of
of
the
role she's
swords
gonna
is
fill.
like finding a
Clueless.
needle in a haystack.
She comes out
And
second
to
half of
reclaim those
2.5,
swords,
so
she has to
we
duel
have
the
this whole patch and
bloodthirsty
then the first half of the
wielders,
next patch to go
teetering
through.
on the edge of life and death. She has taken back over 300 cursed swords and has suffered the same number of fatal wounds. I took her in to give her a chance at a normal childhood, not to send her on a sword-hunting journey. Even if she manages to melt down all the cursed swords one day, what will she do with her life after?
Sounds about right, assuming you max out everything. But to be honest, I don't know the count and how much it fluctuates due to events and whatnot.
Gu Yin is indeed one of the cursed swords forged by Han Guang. Very few swordsmiths could use heliobi as forging material, and Han Guang was one of them. His attempt came at a terrible cost. I thought this sword could be an opportunity. I wanted to tell her that her father wasn't all evil, that even the man she resents so much managed to forge a true sword of heroes. I also wanted to find a chance to tell her about the history and origin of this sword, but not during the ceremony. As you saw, it wasn't a good time. I've instructed the Artisanship Commission to keep the sword safe in the arsenal. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask the people involved.
Oh hey, we hit up our boy Gongshu. I literally just saw him the other day when we came by to visit Scott during the quest. Chat or kidnap. Good one.
Since my granddaughter mentioned talking to me tomorrow, I'll be waiting for her.
If I meant RO, RO for what?
You watched over her for
I
quite some
completely
time.
missed what that was
You
message was supposed to be for.
Aren't you?
Oh yeah, true. You do have nihility dot teams as a thing, so I guess Full wouldn't be a bad idea, I suppose. Plus, what, you only have like preservation. You don't have actual abundance characters. Oh, we're being. No, I wouldn't say flirty, but.
I'll be counting on you then.
Time to go back and find that class skipping March 7th.
I mean. Alright, March break, give a good reason. I mean, who knows? If only Lingsha, or not Lingsha, if only Jiao Qiu was actually a nihility healer, like his whole freaking thing is about. Oh god, the sword's gone. Okay, well, it's definitely not Yunli. Probably someone else took it with drawn by the temptation of it, I'm sure.
All right, everyone is here. It's time for questioning.
Yunli, I'm sure you understand why the official called you here, right?
Yeah? But I didn't
Oh,
steal
me messing
the
okay.
sword.
Unfortunately, official Dahao didn't hear Yunli's promise. If we don't recover the sword, we will be breaking our promise to the Lawfu and betraying the delegation. We're counting on you to find
I stole
the truth,
it. Well,
official
guess what? I'm
Dahao.
all powerful now with it. You can't stop me.
It's my duty to thoroughly investigate the case. Even though Yunli is firm in her words, we can't just rely on her testimony.
After everything, the sword still got stolen. Ugh, they should have given it to me from the beginning.
In this case of Gu Yun's theft, everyone involved seems suspicious to some
I've been corrupted, but I've always been
Yunli is the
corrupted.
main
That's the
suspect.
thing. Well,
First, during the sword gifting ceremony, Yunli openly expressed her intention to steal the sword. She even mentioned it multiple times. After the ceremony, she broke into the Artisanship Commission and destroyed aromatons in an attempt to get the sword. Am I right?
That's true.
The Realm Keeping Commission inspected the arsenal where Gu Yun was stored. and there were no signs of forced entry through the doors or windows. The only possible entrance or exit was a small window gap, just a few inches wide.
Bro, if it's a few inches, you think she can't even fit through that?
Hey! It's just a theft. The box containing Guyun was opened and the sword went missing. But none of the other swords in the room were touched. Which means...
Yeah, I don't think it was stolen on a whim.
Exactly. The suspect had a clear motive and took only Guyun.
Yeah, but like few inches, like
So,
when we talk
besides
few,
the
I think
ceremony
less than a foot.
only
And
the
there's no way you can fit a
delegation
torso
members had
through
access
that.
to the sword. In that case, why would they return it to the Xianzhou in the first place? That makes sense. The delegation, led by the Knight of Beauty, delivered the sword to the Artisanship Commission. The craftsmen who received it testified that they didn't take anything from the arsenal.
Oh god, no. I don't even wanna press this one. I always feel terrible even questioning our Genti.
Master Gongshu checked
But
the
I think
work
I'm gonna do it
records,
anyways,
and
just
I
because I have
questioned
to.
all the craftsmen and apprentices
And
who
when
were
it
on
comes to
shift at the
justice,
time,
we have to be impartial.
but I didn't find any suspicious individuals. Argenti? Oh, that Knight of Beauty. He was with the delegation when they handed over the sword to the Artisanship
I mean,
Commission.
you're just trying to probe some
You might
thought,
not
just
know,
play along
but
with
he's
it.
the one who recognized the sword's origin on Kalevala and escorted it back to the Xianzhou. In other words, he's the one who made it possible for the
I mean, to
sword
be honest, I
come
feel like a
home.
lot of people had to do that whenever they watched
So,
a streamer
he wouldn't
play
have
for
gone
something
through
that
all
they
that
themselves
trouble
already
to bring
played
it to the
through, you know?
Fu if he wanted to keep the sword for himself, right?
Why am I putting the thing on myself?
So, did you steal it? Then stop joking around.
Why was that the option
I
to
can
continue
prove
forward?
that he came to me after leaving the Artisanship Commission, so he couldn't have stolen the sword.
Put it simply, not everyone who's seen the sword has been to the Artisanship Commission, and not everyone who might want the sword has seen it. So, the only remaining suspect is Miss Yunli.
Fair enough.
I'm surprised Yunli's so
So,
compliant about all this. I would have thought she
I
would have been a
didn't
little bit
steal
outraged, but I'm guessing
the
she
sword.
really did calm down like she said.
Well, when you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. If you want to prove me wrong, you'd better come up with some solid evidence.
Oh boy. Detective
Let me
Trailblazer
gather
on the
my
case
thoughts.
again.
I need to help Yunli clear her name. Did we miss any clues?
Oh, I'm most certain we did. Because for some reason, the people that were supposed to be competent at the job missed something, so it's up to an
I don't
amateur
want to
like
make
me to
things
figure it out.
difficult for official Dahao. Let's do this his way, and prove my innocence. If I can find that cursed sword, I can prove my innocence right away. Well, don't blame me if I find it first. And melt it down. There's something else bothering me. Why would the thief take the sword, but leave the case behind? Did they melt down the sword like
What, the
I
box to
wanted
my right
to?
here?
Yeah. Maybe. But if the case
she does have a
was
good
too
point.
much trouble, wouldn't it be too conspicuous to carry around the sword like that? In plain sight?
In the testimony.
Who could have thought that the Mieka Kifesa would be stolen? And that the prime suspect is General Huayan's granddaughter? Regardless, we've accomplished our mission. And now it's the Xianzhou's problem. By the way, why did that girl call it a cursed sword? It's quite upsetting. That's enough, young man. Let me get something straight. On Kalevala, this sword has always been highly revered. The first master of the Mieka Kivesa slew countless demons and then passed it down to a line of wise
Damn,
monarchs.
that means Yunli has to be
The
real
monarchs
old,
would heed
even
the
as a
guidance
kid.
of the hero's spirits within the sword and gain insight into defeating their enemies.
If they had that many monarchs take over.
What is, Helio? What? Never mind. The point is that the Mieka Kivesa did help the ancestors of Kalevala build a strong foundation. It's definitely not a cursed sword.
What do you mean did not open the box? The game would not let me open the box. Oh, you mean this box? Let's look at the inside. Smear of red. Oh god, don't tell me. No, Argenti.
Why is this flower petal inside the
You couldn't
case?
have. Did he got drawn in. Is he the next monarch?
So, the thief took the sword from the case without picking the lock.
Or how did the people not notice the roses? Hello? These people failed at the most obvious freaking clue. I'm disappointed. We need them fired.
Yes, I received your message yesterday and went to the arsenal to check on it. But when I went back this morning, all that was left was the case. I don't know anything else, so asking more questions won't help, I'm afraid. However, as the Master Artisan of the Artisanship Commission, I've got to clarify something. Even though the sword was stolen, this commission is still highly secure. Wait, no. I just remembered. My precious aromatons were smashed.
Well, that was from the other day. Well, we could definitely talk about how that happened.
Yunli says she didn't steal the sword, and I am willing to believe her. But I know well that Yunli can be impulsive, so if she did steal the sword on a whim, I won't show her any favors. You were with Yunli yesterday, young man, so you have the chance to prove her innocence. Is there anything you need to ask me? No, she was still mad at me, so she didn't come by. If she had come with you, she wouldn't be a suspect right now. After the ceremony, Argenti carried the sword case, and together with the delegation, they were escorted by the Cloud Knights to the Artisanship Commission. The artisan there confirmed that the sword was safely stored. I'm counting on you, then.
Alright,
If you've
time
found
to
any
oust
clues,
my man.
feel free to tell everyone.
Sorry, Argenti.
Thank you. But I'm not sure if I can convince Mr. Daw how.
100% sure. Fine. Let me go through my reasoning again, and you can interrupt if anything feels off.
Oh
Throughout
boy.
the entire incident, there was only one
Alright, time
suspect
to
who
lock it
broke
in.
into the Artisanship Commission, and that was Miss Yunli.
Okay.
Miss Yunli caused a ruckus at the Artisanship Commission trying to take away Guyun, but you stopped her in her tracks.
True.
After bidding farewell to you, Yunli pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone and stole Guyun.
No, that's wrong. No, that's wrong!
We haven't found any other suspects or evidence.
Wait, hang on. Okay, I'm gonna... Okay, so... Man, this is where I wish I had a freaking soundboard. I'm gonna turn on my browser... Or change my browser mixer so that you can hear it for the stream. I can specifically play a few things. Hang on. Well, hang on. Let me actually wait. Hang on. Before I switch over, let me make sure this is the right sound bit. God, I had to worry about the freaking ads. Dude, why freaking ads? Okay, here. Okay. Okay, I found the right bit. Alright, hang on. Alright, hang on. No, oh god, how do I want to time this? Okay, have this. Hang on. Let me click on this. Alright. Okay, hang on.
I found this in the crevice at the bottom of the case.
I don't know if you heard that.
A rose petal.
Okay, if there's ever a time that I need to
I
get,
must have
if there's
missed it
anything I
during
need
the
for a
search.
soundboard, I'm
Why was there a
definitely saving
petal
that as
inside
one
the
of my,
case?
one of the options. I mean, what do you even need for like a soundboard? Do you just need a program, right? And then you just hotkey it to something? Because like what? I do have got a Stream Deck. I'm probably sure I could set up a soundboard through its program. I just need to sit down and do it. But you know, I'm lazy, so.
I don't know. But I do know that wherever that Knight of Beauty goes, he always leaves behind a trail of rose petals that's almost impossible to clean up.
My thoughts are a mess. Let me sort them out. The sword case was never locked, which is evidence that only someone who delivered the sword could have done that. And the rose petal was probably left behind by that Knight of Beauty. But how did he manage to take the sword from the Artisanship Commission? Why did he steal it after returning it here? And why would he leave that petal in the case?
Can't help it.
I know. Guyun flew out of the case on its own. The Knight of Beauty only unlocked the box to aid its escape.
Don't be ridiculous. How can a sword escape from a case on its own?
You've never seen a flying sword before?
I've only heard about the Mieka Kifesa being able to fly in legends. But even if it could fly, why would the Knight of Beauty do this?
Like I said, the sword contains a heliobus. Argenti must have been under the control of the sword. Maybe he was under its control even before you arrived on the Lofu.
Official Dahao, where can we find that knight?
Let me see. The docking location of Argenti's ship, the one and only.
That's the name of it?
Let's go.
I don't know if we ever got the name of his ship the first time we met him.
Completely takes over his mind.
Alright, where do we need to go? Oh god, don't tell me we're gonna need to do another boss fight with Argenti. Oh lordy.
Got places to be? I'm your best guide.
Okay, now I will preface that there is one thing I did get spoiled for on this event. Or not event, for this for this quest. Which is this right here. Now, I'm sure you know what this entails in terms of internet culture. And if you don't know, I'm gonna be, I wouldn't say ashamed, but I would be surprised, more so to say. What, do you know or do you not know? Let me at least hear that. Okay, so you know what it is? Okay. So this is the second thing was complaining about when I wish I said I had the soundboard. "15th day of a month X." Oh, there's a sword right there.
I've been waiting for you here for quite a while.
Ah, fuck. Maybe I should have done it before I started this cutscene. Let me play out the scene so we get a good
Night of
view.
Beauty.
No! It's gone!
You're the one who
Fuck!
stole Guyun, right?
Wait, can I Alt F4 and restart the scene?
Hand it over.
Or is it just gonna keep playing?
You
Fuck.
have no idea how dangerous that cursed sword is.
Okay, well, oh shit. Damn, do I really want to do that? No, it's gonna throw me in, and there's no dialogue or anything, so it's just gonna play for the cutscene again. Okay, well, I can play the scene. That's fine. I just need to be ready for the scene again. But do I really want to go for all of that just for the whole thing I wanted to do? Ah, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna commit to the bit. All right. Hold up. It's probably not worth it in the long run, but but it's been in the back of my mind. I have to do this spoiler justice, because to be honest, I feel like if I didn't see the spoiler, I wouldn't have recognized the reference at the start, and then I'll only realize it in retrospect. But you know, I just gotta make the most of this opportunity. Okay, I guess while I'm loading the game, I can start ramping up the moment. Oh shit, maybe I should have waited a bit. I don't think the beat's gonna hit early enough. But
I've been waiting for you here.
okay, that was pretty good.
Night of Beauty. You're the one who stole Guyun, right? Hand
Okay,
it
that was the whole bit.
You have no idea how dangerous that cursed sword is.
Dangerous? In my humble opinion, the real danger is always the hand wielding the weapon.
Imagine that wasn't the reference at all, but it's like, come on, when it comes to chairs and the sword, it can only be one thing, right?
Yes, I did. As a Drilla's knight, I've sworn to live in poverty, and I abhor theft. I had to leave behind a rose petal in order to keep my promise to Master Guyun and uphold my knightly oath.
What? What do you mean?
I agreed to assist Master Guyun in its escape from the Xianzhou. As the person who pulled it from the stone monument, captivated by its beauty, I must not let it down. I couldn't stay in the arsenal to convince the craftsman, nor did I want to take the sword like a thief. That's why I left behind a small piece of evidence that pointed to my identity in the hope of an open and honest conversation with you.
Whatever your reasons are, you're planning to take the cursed sword away from the Xianzhou. Hand it over to me.
Back then, it was the beauty of Master Guyun that impressed me, so I willingly embarked on the journey to return the sword. But unfortunately, Master Guyun's homeland is no longer the ideal place for it to return to. As a Knight of Beauty, I must not abandon it halfway.
Oh no. He's completely captivated by the power of that cursed sword.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Argenti's built different.
The solution is right in your hand.
Captivated? No, I am touched by Master Guyun's flawless beauty. To be honest, I'm confused why none of you can understand this sword. This is quite heartrending. I've already made up my mind to take Master Guyon away from the Xianzhou.
That cursed sword has messed with your ability to think. But I'll break you free from its grip. I'll shatter its illusion. And the sword itself.
Fair lady, if you're intent on taking away this person, this sword that is under my protection, please engage me with a fair duel according to knightly etiquette. As a representative of this duel, I, Argenti, challenge you. I swear on the spirit of chivalry, in front of Adrilla the Beauty, that I will represent Master Guyon in this duel.
Alright, we get more Argenti
you
fights.
will allow Master Guyon to leave the Xianzhou with me. And if you best me, Miss Yunli, I'll accept my defeat and turn Master Guyon over to you. Do you accept my challenge, Miss Yunli?
I feel like Argenti's
Fine.
voice lines are a bit quieter.
Let's see whose desire is stronger. Your desire to take it away, or my desire to hunt down all cursed swords. Show me what you've got.
Sorry, Argenti, but you're destined to lose this one.
You're not going to use Guyon to fight for victory?
Well, I know a thing or two about swordplay. In a proper duel like this, a knight should rely on the skills he's honed day and night.
You're a real weirdo.
We were supposed to attack. Fight as one!
Alright, this is gonna... Oh, nope, it did not mess up the Tron order. It was not fast
Harmony and
enough.
unison.
Oh, nope, it did mess up the Tron order. Oh, no, it did not. Okay.
Descend to earth! Protect me!
Your flesh wound!
Yeah!
Confess!
Yes, you!
Put forth all your might!
Leave through clouds!
Right!
Stars echo! No more time!
Get them! Rise to the challenge! Fiends or devils! I'll crush them all!
Yeah! Strike!
Behold, this symbol of pure... Let the duel commence.
Severing mountains!
Oh man, Argenti didn't attack during then.
Yeah! Fight as one!
Get them!
Slap!
Wait, why did she get the attack?
Let thy loyalty
Or the damage?
Descend to earth!
for
Oh,
chivalry.
well, goodbye.
I've lost. According to the rules of a knight's duel, I should keep my
Maybe
promise
they just scaled
and hand
Argenti
over the
down.
sword
I feel
to
like he's not this easy to beat. But
Before I do that, I hope that you, as the winner, might have the mercy and listen to Master Guyon's past experiences.
This sword has been cursed since the day it was forged. Place it in front of me. And let me destroy
that's not what you
it.
promised. You said you would listen first.
Do what she says, knight.
But...
You've done so much for me already. It's time for me to face her alone. I'm weary of fighting. I just want to share
Is it the
my
one that
past
stabbed her
with you,
dad?
to explain why I
It
wanted
looked
to escape.
the shape looks similar, but
After that, I'll leave my destiny in your hands. Are you afraid to witness my past, little girl?
Afraid? Well, you do have a different aura from other cursed swords. But you're just trying to use my curiosity to lure me in.
Well, you know best that a single touch won't snatch away anyone's sanity.
Fine. Show me your past.
wait, hang on before that. Alright, in we go.
It's already impossible to contact the main Cloud Knight forces. What awaits me will be a long and lonely war.
Follow me.
Oh, did he reuse the Jirilla area?
Memory?
From like a wall? Oh, we got Borsons.
It's so cold here. I didn't feel it when I was in the thick of battle, but now it's freezing me to the bone. You're indeed a masterpiece from the Xianzhou Juming. If you hadn't taken control of my body, I probably would have been decapitated in that fight.
Quiet, and stay alert. Boris and Wolf Troopers never give up the hunt.
Hey, just relax a bit. It's been over 300 days since we were both stranded on this planet. The transmitter never rings, so I guess we can't count on that anymore. The people on this planet still use beasts to pull their carts. Obviously, there's no way they can help us fix the star skiff. Looks like we're stranded on this forsaken planet for the rest of our lives.
The rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. Are you feeling any desperation? All by yourself in this hostile world?
Yeah, a bit. Perhaps.
When things get too rough for you to handle, just leave everything to me. No need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Yeah, sure. If I really can't handle things anymore, I'll leave my body to you. But now is not that time.
Do you really think you can oppose an entire Borisan army with your limited skills? What are you holding out for?
It's true that I'm stranded here, but it seems like that Borisan pack is in the same boat. By the way, Guyan, do you know what a seed is? A seed
I'm guessing this is the start of the legacy of that planet.
But with careful cultivation
Start with
and
this
time,
guy.
it can grow into a huge, unwavering tree. You said that the rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. You're right. That's why I intend to plant a seed named Resistance here.
Resistance.
Nurture it for the rest of my life. I want to show the people of this land how to defend themselves against those monsters. I can already see the seed in the eyes of those people.
You really think you can do it? Why not just give me control, and we can revel in the bloodbath together?
What was the memory I just saw?
It was a memory of me and a Cloud Knight, stranded on an unfamiliar planet. We crash-landed on a planet occupied by Borisan. Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
I can feel
we can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Oh hey, solo Yunli, let's go.
I'm alive. But all the young people in the village...
They died. They died for you. They died because of your big promises. Promising them a life free from the Borisan. I tasted their despair before death. They didn't see it coming. And neither will you.
We can't stay here. Let's move on to the next village.
Why? What's the point? You and your sorry excuse for an army have been fighting for over 3 decades, and you haven't won a single battle. What you're sowing is not resistance, but despair. This world is hopeless. It's completely infested with packs of Borisan. You've seen their numbers, and you know their methods. And those commoners you've put your hopes in, they just kneel down and worship the monsters devouring their children and families, calling them their beastmasters. You beheaded one of the Beastmasters for their sake. But they turned on you because they were scared of the Borisin taking revenge. You remember all that, right?
I do. I remember my first death. The Borisin cut off my head. But I also remember that if it weren't for a brave youngster who risked his neck to reattach my head and give me a proper burial, I would have disappeared.
Each sword's backstory? Well, it depends on the backstory, but I'm guessing the rest of them wasn't sentient enough, or they weren't nice enough to allow that to happen.
Fixed my fur coat, and some even joined my resistance. The rest of the Xianzhou native's life is still terribly long, and there will be new youngsters who will stand beside me in battle. Time is on our side.
You said it was a lonely war. No. It wasn't a war filled with loneliness, but with despair. So much despair that I don't want to ever taste it again.
And we're just reusing this initial area because they don't want us to see the rest of the place.
I'm leaving.
Where are you going, Your Highness?
I'm returning to my homeland. A distant place beyond the sky. I'm not coming back.
But what should we do with you gone? What if those wolf demons show up again?
They won't, my child. You've wiped out the last of them. But before I go, I need you to do one thing for me. Even though the wolf demons are gone, new monsters will appear in this world. Soon, a demon will appear, donning golden branches and knowing only bloodshed. However, fear not, my children.
He's gonna turn Mara struck. Damn. That's a Sag.
I'm entrusting you with this sword that's been with me in countless battles. Use the skills I've taught you over the years, and you'll surely defeat that last demon. But that's not all. I need you to construct a stone monument for me. It must be large and sturdy enough to seal the remains of that demon forever. This is a debt you owe me, and you must fulfill it. Do you understand?
Man. Well, at least he has his grounds covered, I suppose.
You lied to them. And you lied to me, too.
Oh?
You promised that you'd give your body to me when you couldn't handle things anymore.
Well, this Xianzhou native's life has finally come to an end, my old friend. How about one last chance for revenge? Come and bid me farewell for the final time.
He had long since come to some understanding. I could sense a mix of intricate emotions flowing out. It wasn't bloodlust, or anger, or fear. What he had left for you was hope.
They've learned how to fight monsters. But there's still one last monster lingering in the world. Kill it, my old friend. He left me there without ever looking back.
Thank you, my old friend. heliobi can taste human emotions, how do my emotions taste? My old
you finally cracked.
friend.
A hint of bitter compassion and a touch of scalding courage. Your heart's deepest desire is to end war once and for all. Now, the war is finally over. Can you hear? Even though you can't hear me anymore, my old friend, I'll do everything I can to bring an end to all conflicts in this world.
So, this is the past of the Kalevalan people's Sword of Heroes? You helped the people of that world bring an end to war?
No, I did not. I am a weapon, and I only became the cause of more conflicts. Countless monarchs of Kalevala saw me as a symbol of kingship endowed by nature, and they waged wars in order to possess me. I grew tired of their wicked intentions. I didn't want to kill for anyone anymore. So I returned to the stone monument where my master was buried. And since then, no one was able to remove me from it.
But you allowed Argenti to take you away?
Because even after all this time, I still
Okay, so no one else ended up taking up the mantle, so that part was not true of the story. Oh, there's a tree.
During the sword gifting ceremony, I felt anguish when I learned that I would be handed over to the most skilled swordmaster and once again become a tool for killing. My master had engraved his deepest desire into my blade. End war. As a weapon, my purpose was predetermined from the start. I had to become a deadly sword that would relentlessly hack and kill. But once I fulfilled my mission, would I have the right to choose my own destiny like he did? So, I asked the Knight of Beauty to help me break free from this never-ending cycle of bloodshed.
These thousands of years have naturally turned into memories of mine. I think I understand the beauty the knight was talking about now.
I don't want to be a sword that brings death. My war ended long ago. The years spent as a tombstone were my finest.
I've told you everything about my experience with Master Guion on Kalevala. And now,
Well, if he doesn't want to fight anymore, you know, Meltem it so fulfills the wish, I guess.
Even though I had heard the legends of this sword from the delegation, delving into its memories was still fascinating. Yunli, I trust Guyen's experiences have changed your mind.
That's why Grandpa hid it from me. So I wouldn't make a hasty decision. I always thought a cursed sword infused with a heliobus would only bring rage and slaughter. I never thought someone could leave behind the desire to end war, and even change the nature of the cursed sword. My position was too extreme. Guyan is truly a sword of heroes. I apologize to all of you for my behavior. I'm sorry.
Now that we've proven Miss Yunli's innocence and found the sword, should we now return it to the arsenal?
No. I'm still going to melt down this sword.
Yep. Down to it with a better purpose to it.
I've heard your true desires, Guyan. I can sense that you're tired of being a sword. Constantly serving new masters and fighting battles you no longer want to be part of. Right?
But being a sword is my destiny. I'm doomed to serve some master and fight battles endlessly. Can the wind choose to stop blowing? Can a cloud choose to stop drifting? No. It's the same for me. A creation with a predetermined destiny.
That's not true, Guyan. That nameless swordmaster shaped his own destiny. So you can too.
I just can't picture my destiny being anything other
Melt
than
him down,
that
turn
of a
him into
sword.
something else, you know?
Do you remember when you stood alone in front of the swordmaster's stone monument? People admired you because you carried the memories of the hero. You were no longer a sword. You were a memorial.
Later, as I became worn and weathered, the gentle wind would pass through the hollows of my body, creating melodic tones that echoed in the distant mountains. I became a musical instrument then. I miss those times.
Can a creation become what it wants to be? The answer is yes. I'll grant your wish, Guyan, and transform you into something different.
Something different?
But this is the price for the war dance. If the Kalevalan delegation finds out...
Wait, this was the prize?
Please, say something, General Huayan.
Oh, I didn't realize this was the prize.
My granddaughter has always been stubborn. Are you really sure about this, Yunli?
What do you all think?
Fulfilling Master Guyan's wishes is the reason I came to the Xianzhou. With the driller's blessing, you could turn Master Guyan into a plow. But as long as it fulfills his wish to
I don't
end
know,
war,
man. I've seen
support
one
it
series
fully.
where a plow was the farmer's ultimate weapon.
I'll leave it to you, Yunli.
It's been an honor getting to know you like this.
The honor is mine. Thank you, Yunli.
Oh, dang, that was short. Kind of wish there was a bit longer of a sequence to that.
Why the long face, my child? Are you feeling regret, perhaps? You were completely determined when melting down the sword. So, why the sudden change of heart?
Grandpa, I melted down the prize for the war dance. How are you going to explain this to the lawful?
Well, he's gonna make his own sword, right?
Am I hearing right? This little girl is worried about her grandpa. Didn't see that coming.
If only I'd talked to you from the beginning, Grandpa. Maybe things wouldn't have escalated like this. But at least Guyan got what it wanted. I have no regrets there.
When it comes to swords, you and your father are cut from the same cloth. So, are you planning to continue melting down the rest of Hongguang's swords?
She probably will, but with renewed
Yeah.
purpose.
Guyan is unique. But the other cursed swords are still too dangerous for anyone to handle. But maybe I'll try to be more patient next time.
Be more patient. Well said. Remember what you learned today, because there will be many more situations in the future that will require you to be more patient.
Understood. But what about the prize?
Well, ever since you showed up at the ceremony, I had a hunch. So I prepared another sword as a backup plan. And don't worry, this one has nothing to do with Heliobi.
That's perfect.
By the way, the ambassador from Kalevala and that knight went to Aurum Alley. They're looking for a spot to honor the hero. Why don't we go take a look together?
Only one way to find out.
Oh, General Huayan. What brings you here?
Well, my granddaughter was inspired by the heroic legends told by the Mieka Kivesa, so she dragged me here to take a look.
I come from a long line of Kalevalan monument keepers. For generations, my family has guarded the stone monument left behind by the nameless hero. Over the centuries, a golden tree sprouted from under the monument, and its branches have never withered. We Kalevalans see it as proof of the hero's existence. Before leaving Kalevala, I took a branch from that golden tree, hoping to plant it here to represent the hero returning to his homeland.
That sounds good. We Xianzhou people don't make coffins or set up memorials, so I'm sure he would be happy to rest here where life is...
Is it safe to do that?
The hero had asked our ancestors to carve something into the monument, so I made a copy of it too. While the inscription is pretty worn with age, perhaps you can still make out
For
some of
plot
it.
convenience, it'll be okay.
I have drifted far from my homeland and am on the brink of death. Yet, I take solace in having honorably fulfilled my duties. Should you feel compassion for me, kind traveler, please take a handful of soil hence and bring it back to the Lawfu. Mr. Pavo, I wonder if that hero ever left a name in your history.
I apologize, but the hero's epic battles happened long ago, and he did not
of
leave
course it would
any
be
name
Cloud
for us to
Knight.
call him.
How ironic.
But in our mythology, he came from the heavens, and so we call him the Cloud Knight.
Welcome home, Cloud Knight.
Now, you can also rest here, Guyan.
Now the name of the companion quest makes so much more sense. Swords
As
of
a punishment
Plowshares.
for being an accomplice in this theft, General Huayan assigned me to guard this golden sapling and recite the story of the hero and this legendary sword to passers-by. This is not a punishment at all, and I gladly accepted it. Spreading the message of beauty to the Xianzhou residents is exactly what I desire. However, I plan to leave the Xianzhou soon and continue my travels. May our paths cross again in the vast cosmos, my dear friend.
Same to you.
Now that my mission is accomplished, the delegation will be leaving the Xianzhou Lawfu soon. But of course, the experiences here will become an epilogue to the hero's stories. This golden sapling will become a part of the everyday scenery of the Xianzhou. I believe it's what he would have wanted.
Oh, he left. I find it very interesting that the golden sapling looks like it's digitized.
feeling a bit emotional. I'd like to stay here for a while. Thank you for your guidance. I'm truly grateful. By any chance, would you be interested in taking sword lessons with me? Like March?
Oh, come on. Man, what a missed opportunity. Alright, with that, we have finished the Yunli story quest, I guess. Pull! Oh, I do have a standard temple. Hold on, let me pull out my notepad. What did I get last time? I forgot. I got Bailu E1. I see. Okay. Oh. Here we go again. Zero pity. So we do it. Alright, TD, hit me with it. Alright. Let's see, what did we get? The moles welcome you. Oh, and of course QQ. Ran a QQ to spook me. Oh, I already have an S5 of the moles. Take it. Oh, not impose. Impose. I think is there any other Lycons that I haven't chosen to S5 for any reason? Probably because I wanted to keep a copy. This Serval's Lycon. I have 2 more of these. No choice. I swear I had one leveled up. Planetary Rendezvous, I definitely have an S5 of that. Secret Vow, just got another one recently. I guess I could S5 this. For 205 what? Oh, the level up mats? Well, I mean, you kind of slow down after a while, after not leveling up that many light cones. But then again, like, I do know I do buy the battle pass, so it definitely helps in that regard. But yeah, even then, I don't level up too many light cones. Well, I don't know if you call this a lot of light cones. I feel like I definitely could level up more. But I switch around light cones. I don't level up one for each specific person like I do in Genshin, so. Ooh. Alright. But yeah, anyways. I guess that will... stupid light cone. But yeah, I guess that ends it. So tomorrow's weekly reset. So normally I don't stream on weekly reset, but I'm trying to make it a habit to you know, not do all my weeklies on one day. But we'll see where I actually hold on to that. So I guess tomorrow, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I'm gonna take a break or do ZZZ and do an agent story, or if I want to start the March event. How long would you say the March event takes? Because to be honest, I forgot how long the agent story for Soldier 11 took. I feel like everything will take quite a bit in some way or form, but definitely took a couple hours. Maybe tomorrow, 3 or 4. Okay, maybe I want to save it for a different day. Anywhere maybe less. Okay, I'll probably save it for a day where I'm able to start the stream earlier, or maybe just save it for next week. So yeah, Monday will either be a day off or it'll be a ZZ stream. Tuesday will be the final part of the Honkai Impact event. Speaking of the Honkai Impact event, the farming is a lot better in this one. You could just kill overworld stuff and you get so many level up materials. So I have everyone else maxed out right now. And then I'll have a bit of extra mats for when I enter the next zone, so that's nice. Wednesday, Emily comes out in Genshin. And so her story quest, so probably Wednesday we'll do her story quest. Thursday will probably be a day off, I think. Unless there's anything else I can think of. No, I can't think of anything. Thursday might just be a day off. I could use some more day offs. Friday might also be either a day off or maybe Friday will be the day I do the March event. We'll see. And then Saturday and Sunday might be more ZZ catch up, doing agent stories, and then if I have the chance to do double streams, like afternoon and night, maybe I'll start throwing in some Destiny streams again to finally progress in the other campaigns that I've been slacking on. At least make some progression on that. But yeah. Anyways, hope you have a good night, and I'll catch you next week. I say next week, but it's like just literally tomorrow.